Alright, welcome back to another video. So this week, I thought since I'm going to be busy and on vacation for a little bit, I thought it'd be cool to do a little um, quick video. Might be a little long, but anyway, it's going to be a little tier video of Nintendo franchises and what I think of them. And yeah, just a little something to get to know me and all that good stuff. So here's how I'm going to rate things. We have the S tier, top of the line, A tier, excellent, B tier, good, C tier, okay, D tier, eh. And then I have the no opinion, not played category. So that's going to be for franchises I've not played or cannot really base an opinion on. So the first one we're going to start with is Super Mario. Now, Super Mario, the original, 3, World, 64, all that good stuff, that is going to be an S tier. Mario 3 is my favorite game of all time. I love countless Mario games. Yeah, I can't just not put Mario as an S tier. Now, Mario Kart. Mario Kart's interesting because I like Mario Kart. It's fun with friends, but it's also something where I don't play a lot. And it's one where, I'll pick up a new Mario Kart, I'll play it, and then it'll just sit in my collection. And it's one where I like it, I don't love it. And a lot of that has to do with Blue Shell. Fuck that Blue Shell. But, I'll give it an A because it still holds a place in my heart. Mario Golf. Mario Golf, I'll probably put in the B tier. I like Mario Golf. I like the wackiness of it. It's just a decent golf game, period. But it's still just a golf game. It doesn't go out of its way to be, phenomenal. But still worth a B. Mario Tennis, I'll give a C to. It's still just a tennis game. Again, it's like Mario Golf, where, it's good, but I'm not in love with it. Super Mario Sluggers, I haven't played that, so I can't really give a real opinion on that one. Mario Strikers, I'll give a B to. I really like Strikers. Strikers is it's that chaotic game. It's just, I think it's really good. I put Strikers as probably one of the up there. Mario Golf is the best sports franchise. Dr. Mario, where do I want to put that? You know what? I'll put it under C tier. It's a decent puzzle game, but there's only so much you can do in Mario. Or Dr. Mario, I should say. So I'll give it a C tier. But, like I said, it's not terrible. Mario Party. Ooh. I'm going to give that a B tier only because I feel like there's been way too many Mario Party games. And, they start to feel like samey. They're not bad, but there's just been, I think, too many Mario Party games with the same idea. So I can't give it an A tier, but it's still a good franchise. Mario and Luigi. I'm going to give that a C tier. They're decent RPGs, but I wouldn't put them as phenomenal RPGs. I mean, they're still not bad. They're still like a quality 8 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10 game, but there has been one that I played where I'm like, I really love that. So I'm gonna give him a C tier. Paper Mario, um, uh, I'm gonna give that a B. That might be controversial to some people, but it's good. But I never really fell in love with Paper Mario like some people have. Great series, but I just don't feel the same love like other people have. But it's certainly not a bad series, but it's worth a B for me. Mario vs. Donkey Kong, I'm gonna give that this. Yeah, it's a C. It's fine for what it is. Nothing really to say about that. Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. I'm putting that as a D. It was okay, but I didn't care for the Rabbids part of it. Just didn't do it for me. Now, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. I have actually not played that series. It's shocking, I know, but so I'm not gonna rate that one. The Luigi's Mansion. I'll put that at the B tier again. It's not bad, but it doesn't reach the same highs as other people does for me. Now, Wario Land. I'm gonna put this as an A, but I'm gonna preface this with Mario. The first Wario Land game is S tier to me. Super Mario Land 3. That's S tier. The other Wario Land games are good. I would probably put Wario Land 2 maybe as S tier as well. The other games start to fall off a bit. They're still fun. They're still great, and that's why I'm gonna still keep it as A. But it just barely misses S for me. Barely. But still love my Wario Land. And, still wish to make another one. WarioWare. I'm going to put that as a B. It's not A to me, but it's still. I still buy whatever new WarioWare comes out, I buy it. I enjoy the shit out of it. But it's still not A tier to me. It still doesn't reach that level of greatness where the other Wario games reach. But, still can't complain about it. Next we have Yoshi. Ooh, this is a tough one. Because, I gotta put it, might be controversial again, but C tier. Yoshi games, they're fine, but they don't reach the same highs as other series do for me from Nintendo. Even if the new Yoshi game, it's fine. Yoshi Mysterious Book, it's fine, but I just don't come out of Yoshi games in love with them. I play them, but it's alright. Donkey Kong. Now, where do I put Donkey Kong? I gotta put. See, now here's the tricky part. Because, you have. I'm gonna put Donkey Kong as the S tier for two reasons. First of all, for the sheer importance of Donkey Kong, because, Donkey Kong, that was the big thing that really got Nintendo on the real map. However, I'm also going to say Donkey Kong Country, fucking phenomenal platformer series. Uh, you know, Donkey. Diddy Kong Racing, if you want to consider that. Probably the best kart racer on 64. I mean, with Mario Kart as well, 64 as well. But I'm going to put that as an S tier only for sheer importance. And, you know, Donkey Kong Country is still fantastic. And both Donkey Kong games are really a fun time. Legend of Zelda, there's only one place that goes. I don't need to say more. Zelda's one of my favorite franchises of all time. Yes. Tinkle's Rosy Rupee Land, I have not played that. So we're just going to put that right there. Okay. Pokemon. Ooh. This one's real tricky for me because I want to put that in like 3 different tiers right now. I'm going to go A tier, but I'm going to asterisk that because, you know, I'm giving it an A tier because I love Pokemon as an idea, as the creatures. I like that. You know, Pokemon Red was my first real RPG. I owe that game much of my life. But when I look at Pokemon, I also look at Game Freak and how they've been making shitty Pokemon games, or I shouldn't say shitty, but horribly tech-wise Pokemon games that look terrible for the better part of years now. And they don't get with the times. So, you know, Pokemon at some points be a C or B, but I'm going to put Pokemon generally as an A tier because, you know, I still have an affinity for Pokemon, and it's done a lot for my life. Now, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, yeah, I'll put that as a C. It's fine. You know, it's a unique series, but it didn't really do much for me. Pokemon Rumble cannot put. I have not played that one. Pokemon Snap, yeah, put that as a C tier as well. It's fine, but it doesn't really, you know, reach the heights of what I expect. But it's still like a fine for like you play it once in a while. Pokemon Stadium, yeah, it's in our C tier. It's fine, but it's not really like a full Pokemon experience. Now Kirby, gotta put Kirby as an A tier. I don't think Kirby reaches the same level of excellence Mario does for me, but at the same time, Kirby still has fantastic games, which I dearly love, and yeah, Kirby's an A tier. Just misses the mark being S tier, but still good enough. Animal Crossing, that's gonna be another A tier. Fun, chill games, you put 100 hours in, 200 hours in, 500 hours in. But for me, it's still missing something to bring it up to the S tier. And that's not saying that Animal Crossing is bad. Animal Crossing is still fantastic. It's just missing for me that one little thing to send it over the edge to S tier. Arms, I'm gonna give the Arms a D tier. I have Arms. It's fun every once in a while, but doesn't really like stand out as like a big standout game. It's okay, but it doesn't really do much for me. It's fun for like 10 minutes, but yeah. Advance Wars is getting a B for me. I like Advance Wars. It's a fun series, but there's something that just is missing from Advance Wars to bring it up to an A tier. But I like the tactical gameplay of it, and I, you know, maybe if we had a new Switch version, maybe that would help bolster its case. But I don't know. There's something about it that just is missing for me from Advance Wars. Chibi Robo, eh, it's fine. C tier. Fire Emblem. Ooh. Now, where am I putting Fire Emblem? I want to put that. You know what? I gotta go S tier. I may not be the biggest tactical guy, but Fire Emblem was top tier tactical game for Nintendo anyway. You know, yeah, I cannot put it as S tier. You know, that's their strategy series. That they have it down pat. F-Zero is going to be okay. Let me think about this. I'm going to put it as B, and the reason I'm putting that as B is, we had, the original F-Zero, we had 64, we had the GameCube game, we had F-Zero Advance. All great games, but there's something missing to F-Zero, and I think I need to see more of it to bump up to an A tier. Because what it has out there is good, great, but it's one of those things where I need to see more of it to, it's like one of those things where I enjoy it, but I feel like there's more that can be done in that series. And, Nintendo needs new F-Zero to really show me what they can do with this series and bring it up to an A or yeah. Golden Sun, you know, I'm going to put that as a C, but with an asterisk. And I give it a C because I like the Golden Sun games, but I also feel like there's something about them that just wasn't perfect. They were a solid 7.5 to 8.8 games. Maybe an 8.5, but I feel like they were missing something. So I'm gonna give it a C, but I would love if Nintendo made more Golden Sun games because you know what? No, I'm gonna put it as a B. Yeah, that they were yeah. I can't put it as a C. Thinking about it, I gotta put it as a B. B is where they would land because they were really enjoyable. That Kid Icarus, that's a C. There's two Kid Icarus games. The first one had its place in time. The second one is okay, but nothing spectacular for me. So I gotta put that as a C. Now, Metroid, that's going right with S. The original Metroid, one of my favorites. Uh, of course, we have Metroid, Super Metroid, classic. We have Metroid Prime, the Prime games, fantastic. Fusion, another, you know, pretty much anything Metroid is. Well, okay, almost everything Metroid. We don't talk about other M. That game doesn't exist, and I don't like Metroid Prime 4, but, besides that, Metroid has had legendary banger after banger games, so I gotta put that as S tier because, I can't not. Oh, Mother, Earthbound, whatever you want to call it, we will put that right in A tier, but Nintendo, please make another freaking Earthbound. First of all, translate freaking Earthbound 3, Mother 3, put it on the fucking Nintendo Switch Online service. Thank you. First of all, do that. Then, make a new one. You don't have to make it like, all 3D and shit. You could just make it fucking the old SNES graphics or whatever. Do what you will. Just make a new goddamn Earthbound. Please. We want to see that. Everyone. If you did that, I would pre-order it day one immediately. Thank you. Uh, Pikmin. Uh, I'm not in love with Pikmin as other people, so I'm putting it as a B. Might be a hot take, but yeah, it's B for me. Not much else I can say about it. Punch Out is going to be a C tier for me because, yeah, the first game was legendary, but everything after that, it's fine, but it didn't really reach the same heights of, those other series. I mean, the other games. All right, next we have Rhythm Heaven. That's going to be a C. I haven't played a new one yet, but I got it coming. It's coming this week. Well, when we watch this video, we'll have already had it, but I'm recording this before I have the game. I'm going to see. They're fun in short bursts, but, nothing where if I didn't buy it, I wouldn't miss it. Splatoon? Ooh, that's going to be. That's going to be a B for me, but like I'm not playing Tomb Raiders yet, so that might change me to an A tier. The only reason I'm giving it a B is the single player needs to be better. Multiplayer's alright, but it's one of those things where I don't play a lot of Splatoon multiplayer, so I'm going to give it a B. But still a great series. Star Fox is getting an A for me. It's a great series. Love Star Fox, but there isn't enough Star Fox that I've played for me to really judge it, you know, as it, because, it's been Star Fox, Star Fox 2, Star Fox 64, which is sort of a remake of Star Fox. Then there's like Star Fox Adventure, then there's Star Fox Zero. But I haven't played enough Star Fox to really rate higher than an A, but still a great series. Smash Brothers, that's S tier. I love Smash. One of my favorites. Xenoblade Chronicles, that is an S tier. I have an unhealthy addiction with buying Xenoblade games. I've loved the first game 3 times because, so I actually modded my original Wii to import Xenoblade Chronicles from Europe. And then I bought the 3DS port for the new 3DS. And then I bought the frickin' Switch version of the first game. So I bought that 3 times. I bought Xenoblade Chronicles X twice because I bought the Wii U version and I bought the Switch upgraded port. And then I bought 2 and 3. And I just need to get the Pyra and Mithra amiibo, but I have the Shulk and I have the Noah and Mio amiibo. So I like my Xenoblade. 1080. That's a D tier. Didn't really do anything for me. Box Boy is gonna be in the I'm not play category. Codename Steam. Yeah, I think it was a C game, but it was like a 6.57 game. Didn't really care for it. Now Cruising. Why the hell is Cruising here? I don't know why they have Cruising, because that was like a midway game. But since it's here, we're gonna rate that as a B. Because I do love me some Cruising. Cruising USA, Cruising Worlds, Cruising Exotica. Those are games pretty great. Custom Robo. Yeah, that's gonna be a C. Don't hate it. Don't love it. But again, that's one where Nintendo just forgot it exists, so can't really say much more. Rolling Western. I'm not play that one. Excite Bike. Hmm. I'm giving it a C because there's been two games. The first Excite Bike's pretty great. For its time. Excite Bike 64 it was fine. But um yeah, it's what I need to see more from the World Judge. Famicom Detective Club, I have not played that one. Same with Fossil Fighters. And the same with Jam with the Band here. Pilot Wings. Oh, I hate to give this a B. I don't want to give this a B because, Pilot Wings 64, one of my favorite 64 games. Simply fantastic. Fruit of the Pilot Wings, great game. But then they had like that uh, 3DS game, which I did not like at all. So I got to give it a B, even though if I was rating on the first two games, it'd be an A. But because they had that 3DS game, and that's really the only offering we have from the Pilot Wing series, it's going to be. Pushmo, haven't played. Sin and Punishment, I'm going to put as a B. They're pretty great rail shooters. Yeah. Um, Not much else I can say. They're just great rail shooters. Just they decide to, put them on bring them to America. Well, at least the first game and then the second game. Star Tropics, I absolutely adore Star Tropics. Um, yes, there's only two games, but I have played through those both games many, many times. And I will always go back to Star Tropics. Yeah, that is two of my top played NES games. Both those games, love them to death. I gotta put them in the S tier. Even though the second game is as good as the first, in my opinion, Star Tropics is a top 10 game of all time for me, the original. So, Star Tropics, easy S tier. Seal Diver, have not played. style savvy, and I played Puzzle League. I'm gonna also put assume we're gonna put Tetris Attack in that same genre, the same game. For that, just the solid puzzle game. I'm gonna put it as a B. Solid puzzle game, not anything fantastic, but still great. Oh, Wave Race. Eh, gonna put that as a C. They're fun, but they're not anything I would say is spectacularly fun. Like it's fine, but it's not like exceptionally fine. Balloon Fight. Yeah, that's a C. It's C. For its time, it was okay, but yeah, it's not one I really look to go back and play. The hell with that Battle Clash? I did not play that one. Game and Watch. Um, I'm gonna put that as a B only because the importance of Game and Watch. Sure, the games are great, but the Game and Watch Gallery series was pretty decent for what it was. And the importance of Game and Watch, I'm gonna put it there. NES Remix, I'm gonna put that as a C. It's a fun time waster, but there's nothing like really extra spectacular. Wrecking Crew. Yeah, put that as a C as well. It was there, it did its job, but I don't know. I guess for an early NES game, that's why we were to C. It was fine, but I'm putting into respect that it was an early NES game. Art Academy have not played. Art Style have not played. Uh, Big Brain Academy. Mm-hmm. About the same as Brain Age. Uh, that is a C as well with Brain Age. They were novel. I'll give them a C because they were novel, but nothing that I really loved, really hate it. But they were novel. Good Generations. I'm looking to play that one. Clubhouse games. So Clubhouse games is I got to give it a C. It's it's. I mean, I understand what they're doing with Clubhouse games. They're just public domain stuff, which is fine, and it's a fun time. But it also doesn't have anything extra that makes me want to put it higher. Picross. Huh. I like Picross games, but I can't put up more than as more than a C. It's fun to play Picross games, but it's just Picross. It's, what am I going to say? Flipnote Studio cannot rate. Labo, I can't rate that one either. Ring Fit Adventure. Ooh, where's that going to go? I'm going to put that as a C. I like the idea of Ring Fit. It was good, but I also felt like it, at the end of the day, though, it was kind of bare bones. I wish it had more like meat to the game. And I know it's a fitness game, but I wish there was like something else they did, like with the attacks, and I wish there was something else that they could have done to that to make it to add more depth to it. But it was alright. Tomodachi Life, I'll put that as a B. It's it's alright. It's fun, and I like how you can like really make anyone and they just react in weird, crazy ways. It's something where I feel like Nintendo really had a fun hit on their hand, especially with the new one. And I'm also gonna give it a B because the game doesn't have a filter, so you can make them say whatever the hell you want. I like that. Utopia C. It was it was fine, but it wasn't anything special. One two switches. I've not played that. Nintendo Sports. That's gonna be a C for me. Yeah, that's a C. They're fine in small spurts, but again, it lacks meat, and I feel like you know that needs more meat on the bone for me to really rate any higher. Next we have the Wii Fit. Um, so I think we're gonna end it here because I haven't played the Wii Fit. I have not played the Wii Party, and I have not played the Wii Play. And I've had no interest in the Wii Fit. I've had no interest in the Wii Party or the Wii Play. If I were to actually rate them, though, they would probably either be the C or the D tier. So yeah, so this is my tier rankings for Nintendo. So yeah, in the S tier we have the Mario, the Donkey Kong, Zelda, Fire Emblem, Metroid, Smash, Xenoblade, and Crystal Tropics, all which I consider to be some of my favorites. And then the A tier we have the Wario, the Pokemon, the Kirby, the just below S tier, and then everything else. And I want to leave the video with this. So what I would like to end the video with is series that I want to see Nintendo bring back, and just for fun. So I want to see new Star Tropics. I want to see new Mario Land. Uh, give me a new Star Fox and Earthbound, please, and then new Golden Sun and new Pilot Wings. And dear God, if you're making new Pilot Wings, don't do the fucking island. You could do like a little stage or something fun. Make it like a world. Great. And then out of this C tier, which ones I want to see new games from that we're obviously not getting new games on. Yeah, nothing really. Yeah, nothing really from C tier that I want to see. I mean, we're in the room to have that's what. Yeah. So really, the ones that I want to see that we aren't getting obvious new games from is, you know, the Star Tropics, the Wario Land, the Earthbound, Star Fox, Pilot Wings, and the Golden Sun. And yeah, maybe an Advance Wars. So yeah, that's my Nintendo tier list. This turned out to be a longer video, but it's one I really don't have that much. So yeah, I'd like to thank everyone for watching. So and see you next time.